Okay, my name is T. Welcome to my YouTube channel on race guns and specifically about Glocks. And so I had a couple of videos of me running a couple of USPSA matches with my open Glock. It's basically a Glock G17 that's been modified to shoot 9 major. So I wanted to go over the gun itself and then possibly help a few of you guys if you want to get into this race gun business. It's a lot of fun. It shoots 9 major. And so first of all, this is my G17 and it's been modified to shoot open, like I said. So let's make sure it's all clear. So I'm going to chamber check it for you. So as you can see, there's no magazine and it's completely empty. So there's nothing in the chamber. We're all good to go. So that's pretty much the gun. So I wanted to go over a few things. First of all, the grip has been slightly modified. I grinded off all the little grooves for the fingers, so that way I can undercut the trigger guard a little bit to get my hand a little closer. I don't have a huge hand, so the closer I can get up to the trigger, the easier it is for me to grab the gun as well. I also undercutted the trigger guard a little bit below here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's all been cut straight, and as well as undercut below and on the trigger itself for my left hand. I'm a big fan of skateboard tape. It's very inexpensive. It works really well. It starts out pretty gritty, but then it gets not too bad after a while, and you can get a nice good grip on it without having to do a ton of grip work. So it's pretty basic. The slide, it's been modified, so let me take this apart for you and I'll go over the little parts. Let me do this first. Let's go over all the components. This is the SJC magwell. It's the heaviest one they make. It's the giganto brass one, and it really adds a lot of weight to the gun. I'm running a Carver Seymour mount, which has been modified, and it's got a 90 degrees mount on it right now, and that's been custom made by a really good shooter friend of mine who's a big Glock guy, and he custom made it so that way it's much more reliable. You get the dot a lot closer to your point of view, and overall it reduces the problem of stovepiping a lot when we're running 9 major. So this is a really nice mod. Because it goes further back, my SJC racker was too big, so when I get my hand in there, I get nailed. So basically, I grinded that down, so that way it's easier for my hand to get through here to charge the handle. And then I put in the thumb rest. Other mods are pretty simple. It's you have the extended slide release, which is kind of important because if you see the area that you have to stick your hand in there to release the side, it's not a whole lot. Really basically optional. It's the extended slide lock, which I guess is okay, but you have a racker, so I hardly ever use that. I also have the extended, I don't know if you can see better, the extended mag release. It's just a little bit bigger. You don't want it too big because when you put your hand in there, there's a good chance that you can actually press on the mag release, and it's kind of embarrassing to have the mag drop out when you're in that state. So that part of it, and then the thumb grip, again, depends on how your grip is, but for me it's really a huge thing, especially when you're shooting fast, to have that gas pedal there. It helps keep the gun in control and keeps your right hand a little bit more relaxed, at least for me. The barrel is a KKM precision barrel, which is really great. It's really precise. A little bit more expensive than your typical lone wolf barrel, and I'll go into that a little bit later. And the compensator is a Carver 4-port compensator, which then has been completely modified to 2 large ports. The slide has also been lightened, and I'll go through that in a second, by L&M Precision in Arizona, and then is fitted with the K&M barrel. So let me take this apart real quick, and show you a little bit more what the slide looked like. So as you can see, the way you break down the gun basically is you have to take out the slide racker. So it's just a matter of, you know, and as you're an open shooter, make sure you carry these things around, because everything gets loose on this, even with Loctite. There's a lot of percussion or less concussion that goes on the gun when you're shooting 9 major, and things get loose really easy. So we'll just do a really simple takedown, and then I'll kind of go over everything else. This is basically what you look inside. I'm sorry it's not super clean, but it's your simple Glock with a Zev trigger system, the adjustable Zev trigger. So you can see that. And so I'm running a simple Zev trigger, and it's probably running around 3 pounds with a really short retake and really short pre-travel. Believe it or not, I'm running the stock trigger spring. I like that better. I mean, the other one is crisper, but then it creates a heavier travel, matching up with the striker pin. So I'm running the stock trigger spring here with the entire Zev kit. So that's their connector and everything else. So that's basically the inside of the gun, and you can see how everything is mounted on the gun. It's pretty simple. All right. So going to the slide, I'm running the DPM precision DPM guide rod and recoil system, which is basically a 3-spring. And I'm running their minor spring, their standard spring. So that's strong enough to do what we need to do. And you know, there's a little bit less felt recoil, and I'll probably go through this a little bit more as I go. You see, my other open gun I just recently built, I just ran a standard, I guess flat spring as you call it, and ISMI spring, and that didn't seem to be a noticeable difference, but you know, there's definitely something there. The striker is a Zev striker, and this is a titanium plunger with a stock spring, which I took off 2 coils, and it's pretty soft. And I'm running the 3-pound striker spring, sorry. And the reason for that is when I start to run the 2-pound striker spring, I'm getting a lot of light hits, and it's really not worth it. Moving over to this side, I'm running the old school Gen 2 extractor, and it seems to work better. I was always told that's the way to go. I don't seem to have a problem with it. It seems to work really well without any issues. But yeah, I'm running the Gen 3 on my other open gun I just recently built, and it didn't seem to affect the differences that much between the two. Now let's talk about the precision L&M precision slide. So basically, they cut the big opening in the 17 slide here. I don't know if you can see it, but they recess and lighten this area right here, as well as on the top of the slide, but it's not hugely deep or anything, but they done that. On this side, they went down almost the length of the rail, and it's, you know, probably less than 1/8 of an inch into the slide. So they didn't take a whole lot of weight off it. I imagine they took 1 ounce or so, but not a whole lot. Then it was Cerakote finished in this kind of grayish color, which it's kind of cool, but I don't know. If I had to do it again, I probably won't do that, because the coating gets inside everything, and now you're creating a lot more friction in there, and I had to go in there and polish as much as I could in there to try to get the coating kind of off. And as you can see, I only been shooting this gun for a few months, and I don't know if you can see, but they're starting to have wear from just, you know, running against my pants leg, the holster, and etc. So it's not like the strongest finish. If I had the funds to do it, I would probably hard chrome it. I don't know, this depends on the look, but anyway, that's the idea. Taking off the DPM here, and you can see that here's the barrel. You know, I just shot it a couple days ago, so it's not clean at all. And basically that's your K&M barrel right here, going into attached to the compensator itself. The compensator, I would use a really high temp Loctite to really keep it from getting loose. And then you have your your bolt to bolt it down or pinned down, depending in California it's probably better pinned. So anyway, so that's where it is. It's a little pain in the butt to clean, but definitely doable. Alright, so that's basically my main open gun, and this is what I use very much to shoot my 9 major in, and you put it back together the same way. I'm sure all you guys know how to do that really well. I'm currently in flux on what to do with the MOA here. I'm running a 12 MOA, which is great for up close, but as you get further out, the dot covers up at 25 yards. It pretty much covers up half the A zone, so you have to be pretty precise regarding that. And then, so I'll review. As you can see, I have the other open gun, which is right over here in blue. So I'll grab that out, and that will be a separate review. So you can see 2 different reviews. And then I will do, in a couple weeks or so, I'll do a review of the projectile I'm shooting, which is Bayou bullets, and how to load that up, and then you'll be all set to go in open class. Alright, thanks a lot. Hope you subscribe, and hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks.